So a question that I field often is, what type of licenses and how many licenses do I need to operate in the United States? And the discussion's different in the United States versus the rest of the world. In the remainder of the world, you have a concept called passporting, right? And passporting is effectively, for instance, I obtain a payment service provider license or an electronic money license, e-wallet license, whatever you want to call it, money transmitter license in one country. Let's take the UK for example. I'm able to effectively grandfather that license into the remaining nations, with the exception of the United States. The United States requires you to get a license in each state that you do business. So it's effectively 50 different countries, 51 different countries when you consider the District of Columbia, 52 if you consider the territories like Puerto Rico. And that can be cumbersome. It's definitely possible, a little bit of paper pushing involved, but you can obtain those licenses. And you look at, the Western Unions of the world, any sort of remittance as a service business, they have a license in every state because they want to operate in every state. On the crypto side, Coinbase has those licenses in each state because they want to operate in each state. And so it becomes an issue of obtaining all those licenses, which a lot of people are hesitant to perhaps do, even though it's quite possible to do. So the alternative is to be an agent of a money transmitter, right? And there's plenty of companies that allow you to do this, but with agency, there's three big rules to sort of remember. One, the clients that you obtain are technically the clients of the money transmitter partner. They're not your clients, right? They're decidedly not your clients, because the license resides with the partner, the licensed partner. Those clients are technically not your clients. So when you have these things called tie-in agreements, it's going to specify that those clients are not in fact yours. So there's an indicia and degree of trust that you must have with the partner, for reasons I'll get into in a second. Second, the remittances must come to rest or otherwise be have custody of in the partner's bank account, right? So it's not a situation where you can, obtain these clients, pseudo clients if you want to call them that, and then have the remittances go in and out of your corporate bank account. They have to go into a bank account that is controlled by, again, the partner, right? And so that's why in these partnership arrangements, you're paying the partner, right? There's a fee involved because the partner's doing something, right? There's definitely, decidedly some, it's not just leaning on the license, there's actually something to do. And then lastly, third, the business model between the partner, the licensed partner, and you has to be the same. So when you're talking about, let's say, crypto, for example, and you identify a licensed money transmitter in 50 states, and they're doing remittance as a service to Pakistan, for instance, you can't come to them and say, I want to rely on your license and be an agent and run a crypto exchange or run a peer-to-peer payment exchange in the United States. That model's different, right? And the model has to be the same, right? So it has, in this case, it has to be like a remittance as a service. Geographically, it can waver a little bit, but the business model has to be the same. So it's restricting in the sense to be an agent only because your business models may not fit. You have to have some degree of trust because those clients are actually your partner's clients. And lastly, you don't have control of the funds, right? The ultimate control rests with that licensed partner. So, when you're looking at it, my advice, especially if you're getting into something a little more esoteric, like in the crypto field, it's typically better to build, right? There's no such thing as leasing a money transmitter license. You see that out there a lot, and there's no such thing as doing that, right? You can't lease the license from a licensed provider. You can only become an agent of that licensed provider or program manager, which I'll discuss in a subsequent video. But that's the take on the United States and entering our markets as a money transmitter payment service provider, money service business, and obviously, of course, you've got the FinCEN registration, which is I've discussed before and is fairly painless. So definitely, if you're looking for someone to partner with, and looking to either obtain the license or become an agent, definitely reach out to me. Email is adam@adamtracy, tracy.io. adamtracy.io is the website, and I will talk to you soon. Hope to hear from you.